What up, guys? It's Mike.
It's Dan.
It's the creepiest wedding ever.
Basically, there's a family in China in Shanxi, and they have a dead son.
Yes.
And they married him off to it's a corpse.
Yeah.
It's not like they were freshly dead and they were
No.
there was another corpse of a woman, of a girl, and then the family basically was like, we're gonna have a ghost wedding.
Yeah, and the reason they do this is because there's a belief in China that if your son dies unmarried, then the whole family is cursed.
So this is really important to them on a lot of levels.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was more like for sentimental reasons.
No. I mean, I'm sure that's like maybe part of it.
Yeah.
But this is the big thing. Like, you don't want your whole family cursed forever.
But that changes a lot, because now I could really understand, because if this is like, okay, our whole family, we don't want this upon us. Like, we don't want, Bruce Lee curse or whatever. I could see, because you and I were talking about how much it costs, and the amount, guys, is astronomical for this.
How much is it?
It's $27,000. And for those of you guys, they're like, okay, you're like, whatever, like a funeral costs 20, a wedding costs, no, like people in rural Shanxi, they do not have this kind of money.
No.
Like, this is ridiculously expensive.
You know why this is so expensive?
Why's that?
Because the demand for female corpses are actually astronomically high.
That's
because
insane.
because Shanxi is a coal mining territory, so a lot of guys die.
Yeah, dude.
And they need female corpses.
Right. Well, actually, ghost weddings, it's said that they're kind of illegal in China.
They're not illegal, but they're like it's just that people feel like they should be banned because people find it ridiculous.
Right, because also what happens is, like you said, because of the demand, there's an increase in grave robbers who go just dig up corpses to sell to the market.
Right.
So it's kind of like you're perpetuating that.
Well, let me ask you, if you had a daughter, right? She died.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And someone's like, I'll give you $30,000.
Oh, I know. You won't do it? No way.
You would not do this.
Yo. I would definitely. I'm big on, like, first of all, like, if I die or my family, if my family, whoever's in my family, I think it's their choice, however they want the body to remain. But me personally, I do not want to be cremated. I just want the body intact.
No. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm saying let's say the ceremony is just a ceremony.
Yeah.
Okay?
No. I don't even want it to be like, do not do anything to my dead.
They're not doing anything to your, let's say they're not doing anything to your dead daughter.
Yeah.
Okay? They're just saying, hey Dan, give me $30,000, and now like on the tombstone I can write, my son, here lies my son, beloved husband of Dan's daughter.
I wouldn't do it, man.
You wouldn't do that?
I wouldn't do it. Yo, look. Yo, I'm a firm believer. We kind of talked about this before, because you asked me about reanimation.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm a firm believer, like, if you die, just leave it, man. Like, grief. I'm not saying I won't grief, like, grief.
All they're saying is that, hey, let me write, son, husband of Dan's daughter, on my tombstone.
Don't write that, because
what was that gonna do to your daughter?
Would you do it?
I gotta think about it. I gotta think about that.
Because
$30,000.
Because you're thinking like, I'm getting money for nothing. That's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I mean, look, we're a little insensitive talking about this because, like, okay, look, we don't have kids. We're just kind of, hypothetical.
Right.
I'm sure people who went through this, I mean, this might be like a really traumatic thing. So sorry, we're just kind of playing around, but still, $30,000 is a lot of money for this, and I feel like this is something that, honestly, I never heard of this curse before.
Yeah.
Like, if this happens, because you gotta think, like, a lot of people die when they're not married.
Yeah. I actually recently watched a wedding customs documentary on YouTube, and it's very surprising. It's an old documentary. It could have been like very propaganda-ish because it was a reenactment, but there was English subtitles. And it had like millions of views.
Yeah.
One of the things that they said was people are allowed to marry, like, if they die, they're basically talking about this. You're allowed to marry a corpse.
Yeah.
But they didn't explain why. But now I feel like you kind of explained a little bit, because of the curse, because of all these beliefs that, like, if you're not married.
Yeah, I feel like this curse is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I'm a big proponent of traditional Chinese culture and stuff like that. I never heard of this before this incident.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is stupid. How many families must be cursed if their kids like die without getting married. A lot of people.
This is why when you told me this reason, I was kind of like, really? Because I mean, maybe it's I do believe that they all believe it, and I feel like if you do believe it, then go. You know, I'm not gonna knock you on taking the measures to do something about it. But I just feel like, man, this is like, if they die without a son, they die without a bride. Like, I mean,
it's normal.
Yeah, like you said, how many people in Shanxi are cursed then? And then people, like, there's one report we're talking about people digging up corpses. One guy, this is why, like, I feel like if this is gonna happen, you should ban this, because they said a gang of 4 people was caught selling 10 corpses.
That happens a lot. Unfortunately, grave robbing, grave looting happens a lot in China, which is a shame, because not only do they do this kind of stuff, it's also like they loot like historical graves and all this sort of stuff. Man. It's kind of crazy over there because it's so. You can't police all of China. No. You can't police all of rural China. People do whatever they want over there.
And I feel like if you, I don't have any problem with the ghost wedding basically based on belief.
Yeah.
I feel like it shouldn't be made into a business, and I feel like they should just have a certificate. Like, okay, you know, like, look, unmarried woman, unmarried man, have a certificate. Let the family rest in peace. You know.
All right, guys. Let us know what your thoughts are on this story. Thank you for watching.
Later.
See ya.